I wandered the city streets that morning with no destination in mind. I had lost my job the day before, and the weight of it pressed down on me. The buildings felt too tall, and I felt impossibly small. I turned down an unfamiliar street lined with narrow, crumbling buildings. That's when I saw it, a nameless shop with dirty windows and peeling paint. The door stood open, as if waiting for me. Inside, dust hung thick in the air and shadows filled every corner. Shelves overflowed with forgotten objects, wooden boxes, glass bottles, broken clocks. In the far corner, a plain black box with silver edges caught my eye. It felt heavier than it looked. Inside was a single folded paper with neat black ink. "Make one wish. The rest is yours." I called out, but no one answered. I left money on the counter and took the box home, my heart beating strangely fast. That evening, I held the box in both hands and whispered my wish. I want to be happy again. Nothing happened. No light, no sound, nothing. I felt foolish and went to bed, but strange dreams haunted me all night. I walked down a glass road while blurred faces watched, and a voice whispered, "You asked, now you must pay." The next day, everything changed. A company I had forgotten about called with a job offer. My neighbor brought me soup without being asked. A stranger paid for my coffee. My old friend reached out after years of silence. Good things kept happening, one after another. I smiled more. I felt lighter. But the dreams grew darker, and each night I heard the same words, "You must pay." One morning I found the box open on my table. The note was gone, replaced by a small black stone, cold and sharp to the touch. Then I began seeing them everywhere. The boy in the grey coat who stood motionless and mouthed the word soon. The strangers on trains with tired eyes who stared at me with recognition. Each time I received something good, someone else seemed to fade. My co-worker grew pale and complained of heavy dreams. A man in the elevator whispered "thief" as I passed. My friend who had reconnected suddenly stopped answering my calls. Days later, I received a torn letter from her. "You took something I needed. Please don't write again." I understood then the box hadn't created my happiness. It had stolen it from others. I was living on borrowed light while casting shadows over everyone around me. I tried to return the box. I went back to that street, but the shop was gone. The building stood empty, boarded up, as if it had never existed. I left the box outside my door that night, desperate to be free of it, but by morning it was back on my table. I couldn't escape what I had started. Then I saw the boy again, the one in the grey coat. This time he didn't disappear. He sat beside me on a park bench and handed me a small mirror. I looked into it and saw my own face hollow and drained in ways no rest could heal. He walked away, leaving me with the mirror and the terrible understanding that I had to make this right. I quit my job, left the city, and found a quiet town by the sea. I worked in a small library and waited. People came, not many at first, But they came. They had the same haunted look I once carried. They had made wishes too. I would sit with them and show them the mirror. Most cried when they saw themselves. Some stayed, some left, but each one began to understand what I had learned. Wishes are not free. Happiness has weight. If you take light from the world, you must give it back. I spent a year helping others see what I had seen. Then I passed the mirror to a young man who was ready to carry it forward, and I returned to the city where it all began. The shop was still gone, but a single black stone waited on the doorstep. I picked it up and stayed, giving to anyone who needed help, listening to the forgotten, becoming the person I should have been from the start. Months later, the boy appeared again. He was older now, stronger. He handed me the mirror I had given away, and I looked inside one final time. I saw the frightened woman I had been, then the person I had become, and finally dozens of other faces, each carrying a piece of my story. Then he gave me a folded paper. The words were written in the same neat black ink. You gave back more than you took. The rest is no longer yours. That night, I slept without dreams for the first time in years. When I woke, the mirror was gone. In its place lay a single white feather, soft and clean. I held it in my hands and finally understood. The test was over. The debt was paid. And though I could never undo the wish I had made, I had learned to live with its cost and turn that pain into something that might help others find their way back to the light.